Hey everybody, Mike Iskovitz here, Chief Meteorologist of Fox 26, and obviously very concerning, giant front coming our way. I wanted to talk a little bit about safety. You know that during the big freeze of 2021, do you know that there were more than three times as many people who died in that freeze than Hurricane Harvey? I mean, it's hard to believe, but we had at least 250 people in Texas lose their lives during the freeze, what I call the President's Day freeze of 2021. And I really hope and pray that doesn't happen again. As far as taking care of yourself and your family, I'm very concerned with the temperatures that we have, that they're going to cause power outages. Now, I don't know if it's going to be an ERCOT outage or if it's going to be just because of high winds that are going to kick in later today. But either way, I want you to be prepared. And I would say go into this afternoon and actually the next 2 days expecting the power to go out. And if the power doesn't go out, then it's good, right? Then we're pleasantly surprised. But I would expect it to go out, plan for that. Just a few things that I really, really want to make sure that you're aware of, because we've already had one tragedy this morning with a house fire with two elderly people who died. I think our goal should be zero. So first thing is space heaters cause house fires. So you can never leave them unattended. Don't overload a circuit. Don't plug more than one into an outlet, and don't put it near anything that can catch fire. So it can catch fires can start through electrical fires or through just simply lighting something that's flammable nearby on fire. So we need to avoid that. Carbon monoxide poisoning is a silent killer. It's colorless, odorless. You're not going to know that you're getting poisoned by carbon monoxide until it's too late. And those will come from things like generators. People have generators that are too close to the house or outside of a window, and the carbon monoxide comes in, and that's it. I know that during the big freeze in 2021, people got desperate, myself included, and looked for ways to stay warm in the house, anything that would burn, right? You can't burn things like charcoal in the house. You can't burn things like charcoal in the fireplace. If you have a fireplace in your house and you're going to use it, make sure that the flue is open, that damper, make sure that's open. Otherwise, the smoke will come in the house. You're not supposed to use things like the oven or the stove to heat the house. If you have a gas oven or gas stove, it's too dangerous that there might be a gas leak, or that a fire could be started. Electrocution, I know that sounds like something you'd never have to worry about, but if you're using a generator, it's illegal, in fact, to plug it directly into the house. It might work, but it's not something that you want to do. Take a plug and plug it straight into the outlet in your house and then have it distributed through your house. It's against the law. It's against code. It can electrocute people. So you can't do that. You either have to have a professionally installed transfer box, which is probably too late to do now, or the best alternative is you get a really good extension cord. It has to be like a heavy gauge extension cord, and you could just run it straight from the generator, into your house, into a power strip or something. But again, you need to be very careful not to overload that power strip. There's a maximum, wattage that they can handle. So just be conservative with anything that you're plugging into that. If the power goes out and you're in your house, dress in layers. Layers are better. Multiple layers are better than one heavy jacket. So even if you put on a t-shirt and then another t-shirt on top of that, and then another long sleeve shirt, and then another jacket, that's way better than just putting on one heavy jacket. So that takes care of hypothermia. Do you know who's most vulnerable to hypothermia? Elderly people, frail elderly people, and then especially those that have dementia. In fact, I got an email from somebody who was with a group, like an advocacy group for our senior citizens with dementia. And they can't always tell you, put it into words, the fact that they're feeling cold or they're feeling the symptoms of hypothermia and things like that. So there were people who died here in Houston who were elderly because nobody checked on them. and they just, there was a lady on the north side that just, oh my God, so sad, just died right there in her easy chair in her living room. So this is going to be, I don't want to be pessimistic. I hope it doesn't get as cold as we think. I hope that it warms up in the afternoon tomorrow, which it might, warm back above freezing. But considering we're going to see teens and we're going to have really, really harsh winds, and there might be busted pipes, and there might potentially be some problems with the water supply, and there might potentially be in and out problems with the electrical supply. I just really want to try to do my best and want to sort of enlist all of you to just do your best to stay as safe as possible as we weather 2 or 3 days of really cold temperatures. And I guess the only last thing I want to say is this is a bit of good news, is that I don't really expect ice or snow or anything like that to accumulate on the roadways, unlike last time. So we're not going to have as much of a chance of, icy, slippery road conditions. But whenever people are stressed out and there's high wind and it's really cold and they're rushing to get places and it's almost Christmas and people are going to be running around, you can get into increased risk for car wrecks and things like that. So try to take it slow and watch out for people that are kind of getting stressed out there on the roadways. So anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody, and happy holidays. And, we'll get through this, but it is going to be pretty rough here for the next couple of nights. All right. So we'll be here for you here at Fox 26, and get our app. We always want you to get the Fox 26 weather app. So search for that at the App Store. Good luck, everybody. Merry Christmas.